Alright, so here we're doing straight jumps. Stay nice and tight, jump as tight as you can. Head straight, arms behind your ears, pointing your toes, finding straight body position, staying nice and tight. Alright, so here we're going to do tuck, pike, and straddle jumps. Just making sure we're staying nice and tight, of course. Knees all the way to our chest, pointed toes. For anybody that's in TNT, making sure we're sliding out, tight fingers, all the way to straight body positions. All right, here we're doing tuck, pike, and straddle slide outs to our back. Of course, knees all the way up, sliding out to straight body, toes up, landing flat back. For pike, you want to make sure you're getting your toes up harder than you think. So pull your toes up real hard, push to straight body. Same thing's going to be with straddle jump. Lift those toes up, point as hard as you can, pushing to straight body position. All right, next we got swivel hips. These are super simple. Swinging into the skill, swinging every time you come out of the seat drop, popping your hips, turning your hips. Make sure you've got straight knees, pointed toes. All right, so here we got airplanes. I want everybody to think about swinging into the skill and holding that press by your ears, and then pulling your arms down right before you hit the trampoline. So swing up, hold, press down. Swing up, hold, press. Good. All right, so here we're doing half and full turns to your back. Let's start with half turns. Half turns, the same thing. I want you to think about swinging into the skill, picking up your feet behind you, straight legs, pointed toes, as you rotate into the skill. Feet up, arms up. Now with full turns, same things apply, except you're picking your toes up forward. As we see we didn't do that quite enough. So toes up, a little better. Swinging into the skill, making sure you're picking your toes up, pressing your arms down as you rotate. That was better. So here we're doing air awareness routines, just creating whatever skills you can. Here's the example. So stomach drop to back drop, pull over, 3/4 front to doggy drop, front tuck to stomach drop, rotate over to back drop to cradle-ish. Now, do whatever you can to create the craziest routine. Really what we're working for here is just to increase air awareness rather than work on form. All right, so here we got back tuck, pike, and straights. For back tuck, making sure you're keeping your arms by your ears, lifting your feet up, lifting your legs up, kicking out to straight body position. Hup. Bam, right there. For pike, same thing, toes up really hard, staying nice and tight, keep your arms by your ears, reach into your toes. Back straight, you really gotta over-exaggerate how hard you lift up your toes. We did not do that there. Toes up, that one was a bit better. All right, so here we got front tucks, pikes, and straights. Front tuck, make sure you start with your arms by your ears, lifting into the skill, knees up, push to straight body position. When you slide out, try and keep your arms by your side. Don't flow them up, so it's a little better. Now front pikes, same thing, arms by your ears, pick your heels up into the skill, as well as your hips. Tap those toes, don't go all the way to your toes. Sliding out to straight body, that was a bit better. Now front straights, making sure you're keeping your arms by your ears, of course, picking your heels up really hard to drive that skill around without throwing your chest down or tucking at the end. Staying nice and tight, squeezing your booty, trying to hold that straight position all the way around. All right, so here we got brainy tucks, pikes, and straights. Of course, make sure your arms are by your ears, picking your heels up into the skill, sliding out to straight body position, and holding that position all the way down as long as you can. Staying nice and tight, brainy pike, picking your hips up, driving your heels over, pressing to the sky with your heels as you slide out. Of course, tight fingers, tight elbows, pointed toes, and every skill. Stay nice and tight, brainy straight. Really gotta focus on your heel drive, picking those heels up all the way over, out, piking, or dropping your chest down. So heels up, holding that press. All right, so here we're supposed to be doing front folds, back halves, and back folds. I can't get Nathan to do a front fold. However, you can do brainies. So for the front fold, think about just kind of like a brainy, picking your heels up, driving that rotation over, pressing your arms into the rotation to twist, making sure you're turning your hips, and also make sure you're twisting the correct direction throughout the whole skill. For back halves, toes up, don't throw your head back like we just saw. You want to keep your head in, toes up, arms by your ears, press as you go into the twist. That was a little better. Now back fulls, same thing, arms by your ears, toes up, pressing into the twist, holding it all the way around, keeping your head in neutral. Of course, maintaining tight, straight body positions, which I can't get him to do a full either. But just think about staying tight, arms by your ears, lifting your toes up. All right, so here we're doing 3/4 front to ball out. Make sure in the 3/4 front, you're lifting your heels up, arms by your ears, dropping into the skill, popping through your hips into the tuck. So think about when you land on your back, you want your feet straight up, pointed to the sky. So heels up, legs up, push, pop through your hips, rotate over. All right, so here we got some connections. First, we're starting with back tuck, making sure you're lifting into the air, head in, kicking out, so straight body positions. Next, back tuck, back pike, same thing. Head in, picking those legs up, staying in the same spot, setting up into the skill. Making sure you're setting up because it won't work if you do not. So set up into the skill, keep your head straight, arms by your ears, pick your legs up into the skill, sliding out, straight body positions, and toes up into the back straight. Good. So here we got next connection, so back tuck, front tuck, lift up into the skill, stand up out of the back tuck, lifting into the front tuck, sliding out of all positions, staying nice and tight. Next is back tuck, front pike, so of course lifting into that back tuck, setting up, standing with your chest up, pushing into that pike, sliding out. Nathan didn't quite fully slide out, but make sure you slide all the way up to straight body position. Now back tuck, front straight, set up, stand all the way up, heels up behind you, pressing into the skill, making sure you're hitting a straight body position. All right, so here we got some more connections. Starting with back tuck, granny tuck, setting into the skill, setting up into the granny, sliding out into straight body position, making sure you're holding your arms into the press. You got back tuck, granny pike, so arms by your ears, head in, pick up your legs into the back tuck, standing up, not quite all the way here, but making sure you're standing up out of each skill. We got back tuck, granny straight, picking those heels up, straight body positions. We got back pike, granny pike, making sure you're pulling those toes up into the back pikes, pushing to the sky for the slide out, standing up out of each skill. And then we got back straight, granny straight, so toes up into the granny straight, or back straight, and then picking those heels up into your granny, making sure you're not throwing your head back for your back skill and not throwing your chest down in the front skill. So here we got our last set of connections. We've got swing time, so let's go through all your back and granny connections. So starting with the back tuck, making sure your arms by your ears, head in neutral, lift those legs up, kick out the straight body, standing out of each skill, stay in the same spot, lifting straight up, toes up into all back skills, heels up into grannies. All right, so for anybody in TNC or artistic, if you want to create your own routine, I want everybody to work on their routines, making sure they're fresh in your head, going through each skill, even though it might be harder to do on just a regular trampoline. As long as you're practicing your routine, just keeping it fresh in your head, going through it, doing your best to keep form as good as you can. I just want you guys to be going through that just in case we need to have our routines in the near future.